Hi, my name is Rachel Morris, and I have the challenge of introducing the Brett Silver. There are simply no words that can describe this fabulous girl. When you ask people for one word that Brett most embodies, the answer is usually loud. I can personally attest that this is true, but there is so much more to this girl. My first memory of Brett is from our freshman class retreat to Victory Ranch. We discussed our mutual love of Hayden Hunt, and she in turn hated me until probably the end of sophomore year because no one could love him like she did. It's safe to say that our friendship has evolved since then, and hopefully she no longer holds a grudge that I was ready to steal Hayden from her. Beyond being our spectacular pep club president and a basketball star, Brett is a truly remarkable girl. She's the most enthusiastic person in our grade, as well as extremely ambitious, compassionate, funny, and an all-around extraordinary person. I'm lucky to call her one of my good friends, and y'all are lucky to hear this sure-to-be incredible speech. So give it up for the one, the only, the amazing, beautiful, and oh-so-modest Brett Nicole Silver.
I needed a recommendation to be a counselor at my camp this past summer, so I asked one of my teachers to write one for me. During the camp interview, my interviewer read what the recommendation said and then went on to ask me why that was written. Everything that was written I expected, and it was not a shock to me when he asked about it. Then my interviewer read, "Brett could probably work on her confidence. Sometimes she seems timid." I was shocked. No one has ever called me timid, or even shy for that matter. If you do not know me, then you might not know I am very confident and a very loud person. Often people think I'm too loud, but I've always been like this. It's just my personality, and I like that. So, as my interviewer asked me to further explain, I paused and hesitated on what to say, even though you should probably never do that during an interview. The thoughts in my head varied from, should I lie and make something up? Should I say what I think he wants to hear? But after a good 15 seconds had passed, I answered with, to be honest, I don't know. I've never been called shy, and I've always been told I'm very confident, and I believe I am. So after the interview ended, I thought to myself about what my teacher had written. I then realized that even the boldest people could work on their confidence. Although you can pretend to wake up one day and be confident, it takes a long time to truly have self-assurance. To have self-confidence in our lives is very important for the present and for our futures. So I have taken the poetic liberty of writing my own confidence manual just for you. Just like Mr. McCullough, I have written something for dummies, titled Confidence for Dummies, which includes 5 steps of becoming a confident person. So, to begin, step 1, stop comparing yourself to others. When we compare ourselves to others, we always contrast the worst things we know about ourselves to the best things we know about others. The outcome of doing this always leaves us with hopelessness. But be smarter than that and realize that you can't possibly be making a fair comparison. Malcolm S. Forbes said, "Too many people overvalue what they are not and undervalue what they are." Step 2. Be unique. You are not supposed to be living like someone else. You do not act the same, you do not sound the same, and you are definitely not the same. Being unique is cool. Not being you for the sake of being accepted by others is the worst thing you can do for yourself. In the end, it will make you unhappy. Make known the things that make you unique and find confidence in them. As you all know, my name is Brett. I used to hate my name because most people think of Brett as a boy's name. But recently, I have learned to love my name because this one-syllable, 5-letter word is one of the many things that make me unique. It makes me, me. Step 3, focus less on the negatives and more on the positives. Stop telling yourself that something is bad and realize the good things in a lot of things. Do not listen to the negative messages you have heard in the past, but instead surround yourself with the positive traits you have. Step 4, failing is a learning experience. Every single person in this room has failed multiple times in her life, so don't be upset if you fail. Just learn from it. If you are confident, you will look back at those mistakes and see them as learning experiences. Keep trying until you get it right, because it's not over when you lose. It's over when you quit. Last step, step 5, accept your flaws. Over-focusing on your weakness will lead to a lack of self-confidence, but accepting them will help you gain assurance. No one, including you, is perfect. That isn't meant to sound harsh, but to help you realize that everything you do isn't going to be perfect. It's just not possible. Embrace your imperfections and realize people mess up. I have plenty of flaws. I could be controlling and bossy and even stubborn, and I know that. But I accept these flaws because I know I am not perfect. Mark Twain once said, "The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself." Being comfortable with yourself is what confidence is all about. I have given you these few steps, and I very much recommend that you try to follow these steps to become more self-confident starting today. I really believe that if you want to be a more confident person, you can be, because I believe that any person has the ability to become who she wants to be. You can do this. I know you can. Of this, I am most confident. Thank you.